Friends, now in this session I will explain question number 2 of exercise 13.2. So I am not going to explain all the sum of question number 2 as there are 12 sums. I have selected some of the most specific sums from question number 2. I believe that if you carefully observe my video, the rest of the sums you can do it very easily. Okay, now let's see the solution of sum number 1 of question number 2. It is 2 cube into 3 to the power 4 into 4 divided by 3 into 32. So in this type of sums you have to carefully observe those numbers which you can convert into the exponential form. So these all our numbers are already in the exponential form. This 4 and 32 we need to convert into the exponential form. So see in the next step what I have written, 2 cube 3 4 into 2 square. That means in place of 4 I have written 2 square. Why? Just see this part. After you have done the after you do the prime factorization of 4, you will get this values. So 2. So how many 2's? 2 2's are there. So in place of 4 you can write 2 to the power 2. Now in the denominator what we are having? 3. So we have I've written 3 to the power 1 into 32. Now 32 need to be converted into the exponential form. For that again you have to do the prime factorization like this. Now once you are done with the prime factorization, you will see that 32 is a combination of 5 2's. Okay, so in place of 32 you can write 2 to the power 5. Okay, now in the next step you see that I have grouped all the similar bases together, that is base with 2 and base with 3. I have written it separately so that the calculation becomes little easier. Now once you have written all the base, say 2 cube, 2 square and 2 5 together, and 3 to the power 4 and 3 1 together. So I have made a separate group like this. Now let's solve this. Now in the numerator you see that these two are carrying the same base. Multiplication sign is there, so we know that we have to add the powers. So 2 to the power 3 plus 2 upon 2 to the power 5 into, now these 3's are in the division form, so we have to subtract the powers. So this is what I've done, 3 to the power 4 minus 1. Now the answer of this would be 2 to the power 5 by 2 to the power 5, as both the things are similar to each other, so I have cancelled it, into 3 to the power 3. 4 minus 1 is 3. So your final exponential form is 3 to the power cube. Okay, so this is the solution of sum number 1. Let's move on to sum number 2. Now in sum number 2 we have again power to the power law into 5 4, so it is inside the bracket, divided by 5 to the power 7. So we know that the first thing what we have to do, we have to solve the bracket. The first thing we will solve is this one, that is 2 to the power 3. Now what we do with this, what was the law? We have to multiply the powers, isn't it? So this is what I've done. See, 5 to the power 2 into 3 into 5 to the power 4, which should be inside the bracket, divided by 5 to the power 7. Okay, now 2 into 3 is what? 6. So 5 to the power 6 into 5 to the power 4 divided by 5 to the power 7. Now finally we'll solve this bracket now. Inside the bracket there is a multiplication signs, same way, so we have to add the powers. So this is what I've done. See, 5 to the power 6 plus 4 divided by 5 to the power 7. Now 6 plus 4 is what? 10. So 5 to the power 10 divided by 5 to the power 7. Now these two are carrying the same base, but this time they carrying division sign in between them. So in division what we do with the powers? We subtract the powers. So we'll subtract it. So 5 10 to the power 7, that will look like 5 to the power 3. Okay, so next move on to the next sum. So yes, now this is question number 4. The next sum is question number 4. So we have 3 into 7 square into 11 to the power 8 by 21 into 11 to the power 3. So there is one particular number which we can break it. Okay, so that is 21. Okay, so what I have done is, see, in the numerator I have written the same thing, but in the denominator in place of 21 I have written 3 into 7, because if you do the prime factorization of 21 you will get this two number, that is 3 and 7. 3 into 7 into 11 to the power 3. Now these two numbers are quite similar to each other, so I have cancel those two numbers. Now 7 squared, 7 means what? It is carrying 1 as a power, and they are in the division form, so we will subtract the powers. It will look like 7 to the power 2 minus 1 into this to 11 are again in the division form, so we have to subtract the power, so that is 8 minus 3. So what is the final answer of question sum number 4? So 2 minus 1 is 1 and 8 minus 3 is 5. So the answer is 7 into 11 to the power 5. Okay, students, so this is a solution of sum number 4. Let's move on to sum number 6. So in sum number 6, we have 2 to the power 0 plus 3 to the power 0 plus 4 to the power 0. So we know that anything to the power 0 is 1. I have already explained this in the laws of explanation, laws of exponents. Now, anything to the power 0 is 1. So this value would be 0 plus 3 to the power 0 would be also 1. Again, 4 to the power 0 would be again 1. So if you add all these three numbers, you will get the answer as 3. So this is very simple. Now the same type of question, but this time we have multiplication sign in between in the number. So this is sum number 7. So 2 to the power 0 into 3 to the power 0 into 4 to the power 0. So this 2 to the power 0 will give you 1 again. Multiplication sign, this 3 to the power 0 again 1 into 4 to the power 0 again 1. So if you multiply this 3 number, your answer will come as 1. Okay, so let's move on to the next sum, that is sum number 9. So in sum number 9 we have 2 to the power 8 into a to the power 5 by 4 to the power 3 into a to the power 3. Okay, now what is the trick that we have to go for it? See, this 4 need to be converted into the form of base of 2. Okay, so see carefully, this numerator I have written same, 2 to the power 8 into a to the power 5, but in place of 4, see what I have written, 2 square, isn't it? So in place of 4 we can write 2 square, but this 4 was already carrying 3 as a power, so we have to also mention this power, that is I have done whole 3, and I have written this a to the power 3 also. Okay, so now the third step will be 2 to the power 8 into a to the power 5. Now we have to just multiply this 2. So what is the answer of, what is the product of 2 and 3? It will be 2 to the power 6 into a to the power 5. In this way what has happened, that the whole thing has been converted into the form, in the base of 2. Okay, now this we can calculate this 2 in this case. Now these two numbers are in division form and they are carrying the same base. So in division we subtract the powers. So it will look like 2 to the power 8 minus 6 into this a's are also in the division form, so we'll also subtract the powers, 5 minus 3. So your final answer would be 2a into a square. Okay, 2 to the power square into a square is your final answer. Okay, so this is sum number 9. Let's move on to sum number 10. Now in sum number 10 we have a to the power 5 by a cube into a8. We'll first solve this bracket. So these are in the division form. So we have to subtract the powers. That is a to the power 5 minus 3 into a to the power 8. Now the answer of 5 minus 2 is a to the power 2 into a to the power 8. Now these are in the, these two are carrying the multiplication sign. So we'll have to add the powers. So 2 plus 8 is what? 10. So your final answer is a to the power 10. Okay, students, I believe that whichever sums I have chosen for question number 2, this will really help you to understand the rest of the sums which I have not performed. Okay, so thank you so much. Stay blessed and God bless you all.